All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Geeky Misfit Podcast. I am your host, the Geeky Misfit himself, Jalen Coleman. And our guest today is an actress, a comedian. You've seen her on the Bad Girls Club as Blue, where she was also dubbed the Chick Magnet. You've seen her most recently in rap shit, doing whatever she had to do to look out for Mia and Shauna's ungrateful ass. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jonica Booth.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
No, I'm excited too. You get a you have a lot of love too because like usually when I book a guest, like I use my IG close friends like a group chat almost, and
Uh-huh.
I put like, oh cool, like we booked Jonica, and they were like people were like, oh that's like rap shit, oh that's Blue, and I was all like, dang, a lot of people were were excited. So you got a lot of love.
That's love. That's love.
Yeah, yeah. I see that you grew up in St. Louis. Never been, but want to go myself. For someone that hasn't been, what's the best way to describe St. Louis?
Um, it's like I feel like you got to know somebody there because St. Louis, we one of the top dangerous places in the one of the top dangerous cities.
Yeah.
However, it's love there. It's a community. I think that's changing rapidly. It's a lot of talent coming out of St. Louis. We got Sexy Red,
Yeah. Shout out
Boss
Big Sexy.
Vet. Yeah, Boss Vet. We still got Nelly and Chingy, and they haven't left. So it's like, and it's a lot of actors. We have the actor Sterling K. Brown.
Oh yeah, yeah, Randall, yeah.
I don't know that, so it's like Jennifer Lewis. So it's a lot of talent out of there. It's said to be dangerous, and it is. I don't want you to think it's a lie. It is
Yeah.
very dangerous.
Be careful when you go, is what you're saying.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I don't advise you to cross the bridge,
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
but it's one of those places that if you can, it is love there and you can find it.
Okay. Was it there? So at what age and was it there where you discovered that like entertainment and acting and comedy is for you?
No, I did not discover that there.
Okay.
When I was home, I discovered that I've reached all of my possibilities there. There was
Ooh,
nothing else that
okay.
I could do. And that's what
Yeah.
I discovered there. And I worked, after I graduated college, I worked at this place called City Mortgage.
Okay.
And um, I can't remember the worker, but one of the guys told me, he said, you have a lot of talent, you should leave. You have a vibrant personality.
Mm.
Like leave where? He was like, this is a graveyard for dreamers. And
Ooh.
that stuck with me for the rest of my life. And I was like, I ended up being in the system for BGC, and one of my homeboys, when I got off, like, I'm not doing that show. Like, I've never seen it, so I don't want to
Yeah.
do it, whatever. And he was like, it's gonna be fun, just do it, live a little. So we signed up and I made it. And I did that to just do something spontaneous because my
Yeah.
life was so structured. I've
Okay.
always played basketball and then went to school. That was it.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing it on a collegiate level. So it was like, that was my life. That's all I loved. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I was a class clown and a funny person, but I wasn't like trying to embark on that. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to do something with my comedy. I thought everybody was like that, to be
Right.
honest. So
That's dope. Shout out to that person. I think it's so important where if you see potential in somebody to let
tell
them
her,
know, hey, I think you're bigger than where you currently are or what you're currently doing, you know?
right, listen, Jalen, I thought I was trying to become top at the city mortgage company. I didn't know what I was
Yeah.
going to, I
Yeah.
want to work at a bank. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, my dream job, I'm gonna be working at a bank.
Mm.
I remember at one point I wanted to really work at a gas station. Like,
Yeah.
not saying these are bad jobs, not saying
Yeah.
that, but it's like, Jonica, what I did learn about being at home is my goals was limited. I
Mhm.
didn't know that these things were possible. I thought these
Right.
things I can only watch on TV. I always seen Disney and seen kid movies and was like, oh, I can do that. But they don't come to St. Louis. I
Yeah.
don't know how I thought it worked.
Yeah.
So I had to leave. For me, I had to leave and go be scared and go be uncomfortable in
Mm.
order to do things. Every time I get comfortable, I get up and make a change.
That's dope. The uncomfortability really is what leads to greatness, I think, at the end of the day too.
I think so.
Yeah. Absolutely. How was you with reality TV kind of taking over now? Like there's a ton of reality shows. How do you feel like your experience on Bad Girls Club was different back then compared to like how reality shows are now?
They can have their phones. That's
No,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, when I did it, it was no phones.
Mm, okay.
I'm sure we could have ran up a social media and all that then too, but we couldn't have phones.
Wow.
We had no outside connection. We could talk, we had a house phone,
Yeah.
but it was just different. We was really getting it out the mud. They got it, I feel like they got it a little easy with all this access. They can see what people are saying, and then once you're reading what people are saying, you can they can consider changing how they're acting. You know what I'm saying? If they're seeing what the viewers are feeling about or saying about them, just little things. I didn't get that, and then a lot of people are able to run it back. We did Bad Girls Club used to be you do a season and you go.
Right.
Well, like what I'm realizing with Baddies is some people come back so they can see how they were last season, see what the people were saying, and then they can come back, But it's all, things have to move with time. Everything changed except our government. Everything else know how to move with time.
Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation because man, we need to, there's some change that definitely needs to happen there.
Like if we're gonna change that, you might as well change this, might as well change everything. So
at that point, yeah. What at what age did you discover when did you start hooping rather?
Oh, I was 6.
6? Okay.
Years old,
Yeah.
yes.
And you started since from there to college, right?
From there, did what is it called? Select teams. I did, select teams over the summer. Then I started playing for the school. Then I went on to college to play.
Okay.
But it changed. I got in some trouble when I was 17, and that changed the trajectory of my life.
That'll do it, yeah. But I'm assuming the trouble has led to, obviously some greatness in your life now. So
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But I thought that I was going to the WNBA. That's all I knew.
Okay.
I was supposed to go to D1 college. I ended up going to NAIA D1. Things just changed. I don't think I got in any trouble, but something happened. If it would have happened while social media was out, we probably would have been marching and holding up signs for me and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had gotten some trouble at the mall. Well, I didn't. I was helping. I was a DARE officer, and I used to help kids under me, and I was helping.
I remember DARE, yeah.
Yeah, DARE, yeah. And I was, I grew up in a predominantly white community. I've never been in a predominantly Black area. And one of the Black girls I knew, it was a big fight that broke out at the mall. I was with my boyfriend and my cousin at the time. I was taking my little cousin to the movies. Okay. And I seen the fight, and I seen the girl. She wasn't in cuffs or anything. Long story short, I was like, you want me to call your mom? Because she looked like in shambles. Yeah. She was like, and kids didn't have phone. It was cool if you had a cell phone back then.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, you wasn't 5 with a cell phone back then.
Yeah, so I was like, you want me to call your mom? Because I was one of the older kids. So she was like, yeah. So I was dialing it, and the police told me to walk away. And she wasn't in cuffs or nothing, so I just started walking. Then I turned around, and I was like, what was the last 4 numbers? And the police officer grabbed me. White man grabbed me, picked me up, slammed me. Another white cop sat on my back, and another one sat on my legs. And I probably weighed like 115 pounds.
Wow.
So it became a big deal because I was known in the community. They arrested me for no reason. It was just a lot that happened. Then the district, I had been in this district since I was in kindercare. And they kicked me off the basketball team. I had led them to state champs. Like I was all in the newspaper. Yeah, like it was a lot. I led them to, I never told nobody this.
They didn't ask like what happened. It was just like, you're off the team.
They kicked me off the team. They kicked me out of school. My parents got involved. My parents was divorced, so they had their own situation. So my dad saying it was bigger than basketball. My mom saying she want to play because I want to play, but then it was uncomfortable to play because while I'm playing, all the news people here, the NAACP was at my house when I was.
This was really big. Yeah,
it was a thing, and you probably could find it maybe, but the deal was, which I will. I'm going to honor my mother. I'm going to end up one day, I'm just going to send a bunch of money to her. The deal, she spent all her money for me to have a lawyer. And the agreement was they expunged my records.
Wow.
So it was just like, that's kind of effed up because it should have been a lot more than that. And then, but it took my confidence away. And that was my junior year. So my numbers, I went from scoring 20 and 25 and 30 to 7 and not even wanting to be there and kind of embarrassed and uncomfortable. I didn't have that voice. But that's just how it went.
That's terrible. The cops really used to be big and bold back then before, body cams and stuff. Even now they still are, but
like it didn't change. They just
But shout out to your parents though.
Yeah, it was the time, but it was, you know, some good cops. We're not gonna just say that, but
Yeah, for sure.
for what we know, it's like from my experience, I didn't have a good experience, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
So
most of us hardly do, right? So
that is.
yeah. With with social media, with you mentioning that, right? And if like social media was around, it would have been, viral, would have been everywhere, things would have been a little different.
Yeah.
As someone who is famous though, with social media being so prevalent, what do you think are the pros and cons to social media now? Because I feel like being famous like in the 80s was different in both positive and negative ways, because then you can kind of do what you want and no one sees, but then that's also a bad thing because then people were doing what they want and no one was seeing. So
Right. Then we're just waking up like, oh, such and such died. And it's like, oh, how? And you
yeah.
know, now we can kind of see a decline or see something's going on. God, my opinion on social media is I'm torn. I'm an 80s baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an 80s baby. What are you? What's your year?
I'm 94.
You're 94. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
You look like you look pretty much younger than me. So you said 80s. I was
I
like,
love
wait, hold
it. I
on.
love
What?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby.
Drop the
So
skincare routine, please. What?
right, I'm gonna go and give you a little something. So I'm gonna shoot you a message what I'm
Yeah.
using. um, what I'm realizing is the 80s babies, we
Yeah.
come from before and now we're in it. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm sometimes I like, oh, social media is a good thing. And sometimes it's like, okay, it's obviously a good thing because it's getting us, we're learning about what's going on in other countries. We're
Yeah.
seeing more things, and it does give people a platform to make money but my problem with it is a lot of people seek validation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, and it's like, I hate that we're already being judged in life, you know, but we're seeking validation
Yeah.
with likes and how many views did I get? And you know,
Yeah.
and it's really sad in kids. I have a younger brother, and so I'm around a lot of, I see the kids a lot, and they're like, well, how many views I got? And it's like, just be happy, put it out there, and
Yeah. Don't worry
you
about the
know,
views right now. Yeah.
don't worry about it at all, because it's
Yeah.
like you're hoping you're doing this so people can like you,
Yeah.
and it's kind of it sucks. It sucks.
It does. Yeah.
They're not even just the kids. I know adults that people put so many filters, and they like the way they see themselves with a filter
Yeah.
that they like, oh, I got to go get work done. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't feel beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I need to get this and that. And it's like, no slight to it. I'm not, enhance yourself if that's what you
Yeah.
want. We all want to feel beautiful. But nowadays, everybody cute.
Yeah.
Everybody cute. Everybody look good on surface. So now what do you have in the inside? And y'all,
Absolutely. Yeah.
inside is just cold and still and lonely and hurt. And so, so it's
Yeah.
like, that's the downfall, I think, with social media. It's too much. It's so fake. It's so fake. But for those that are real, kudos. I love it. All that, people taking pictures on cars that's not theirs. And,
That's a
no,
trend that's never gonna die too. I think like that's the one thing that's gonna stay consistent no matter what. Yeah.
it's fun. I get it if
Yeah.
you haven't never seen that, and then
Yeah.
you do it.
I've done it before, so
I'll
when I was
do it,
younger. So yeah.
but we'll all do it. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is we're all falling,
Mhm.
we're falling into it.
Yeah.
We all are. I'm not speaking and saying you people are crazy. No, I'm a victim.
Yeah. Yeah. Not saying.
I put a filter, and then sometimes I'll be like, okay, today just post yourself.
Yeah.
Or these filters are fun, but Jonica, make sure when you sit your phone down that you look in the mirror and be like, I am beautiful. I love me. I love who I'm looking at. I love everything about me. And if I don't, do something about it. Go in the gym, change. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like you have to give yourself these affirmations. You got to
Yep.
meditate. You got to talk to God. You got to
Mhm.
do all these things, because if you don't, people used to say LA will chew you up and spit you out. Social media will chew you up and spit you out.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's self comparison without even realizing to a degree that you're comparing yourself to somebody, because you're seeing these people no matter what. No one's posting their whole life on social media, right? So you're just seeing like what they want you to see to a degree, which isn't necessarily bad, but you just have to realize no one's life is perfect. So, if you see somebody doing something cool and you're like overthinking your own life, that person that struggles too, it's not the same, like everybody's journey is different rather.
Yeah, no one sees that. They see what you said. They see the perfect. No one sees it and says, no one life is perfect.
Yeah.
They look at it and say, I want to do that. I want to have that. I want to look like that. And it's like clout is a hell of a drug.
It is. I also feel like, and if you could speak to this, I feel like the social media of it is kind of ruining the art form in the industry. because I still feel like while it's show business, I feel like the business is taking more center stage. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when it comes to casting or when it comes to making the art, they want to go after kind of like the TikTok stars or people that kind of already have like a following, which isn't a knock because if you made a platform on TikTok, that's great. But I also feel like if somebody comes in to audition for a role that doesn't necessarily have the following, you know, but they're equally as talented or even more talented, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it kind of makes the art form not be in the forefront when I think it should be, you know?
I I don't know. I agree to an extent,
Okay.
but my disagreements comes with it depends on who that producer is because someone that's like a Issa, because
Yeah.
I can truly attest to,
Shout out Issa, yeah.
she don't give a damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looks good if you can if there it's about and then not just her, it's so many directors
Yeah.
and producers and casting directors that's looking for talented actors. That's why when it comes to this acting thing, you got to put that work in. You
Yeah.
can't just get up here with your following or you're gonna look they don't want to put you're gonna look you can't act.
Yeah.
Some shows that care about that, but the shows that's out here being nominated for these
Mhm.
awards, nah, you're looking at true actors. You're looking at people that's truly like, oh, I felt that scene. I
Yeah.
felt what they were saying. You know,
Yeah.
all the stuff that we're seeing with the social media people, you show me where they're nominated at, you know?
That's
Now,
true. No, you're right. Yeah.
yeah, now granted, sometimes people like those nominations aren't going to validate us. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but as far as good work goes, this
Yeah.
project probably couldn't even been in there, you know?
Right.
So it's like, let's be for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that because a lot of social media people aren't good at acting, but it's not that they're not good, it's that they want to use their following to get them the role
Yeah.
versus get get in an acting class. You do have that,
Right.
you are talented. You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. And use
You
your platform. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you built the brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we're not saying you're not talented, but
Yeah.
you didn't. That's like me seeing somebody that could shoot a basketball. I'm not about to just go put them on a team.
Right.
Let's go train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's practice your dribbling. Let's
Mhm.
get the shots down. Let's get in the gym. And now let's go try out for a team. We can't just say, oh, you run fast. Let's
Yeah.
put you on the team, you know?
No, that
So
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, people don't want to put that work in.
Mhm.
Everything's microwave right now. And it's
Yeah.
like nobody want to sit there. I'm not, I like microwave on the go. I rather put my chicken in the oven and let it
Yeah.
cook off.
There you
You know?
go. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I
that's
feel
what I
that.
think
Yeah.
with acting. I do think it's still a level of respect
Yeah.
when it comes to acting. I do.
Craft. Okay, I feel that. Who are the actors, whether growing up or even now, that like inspire you, that gets you excited every time you see their performance?
Ah, um, right now, well, lately in the past few years, it's been Dominic Fishback.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love her. Yeah, yeah.
And I
Swamp.
ran into
Yeah.
her and I told her, I said, we actually connected on because she's such an introvert like I am. And a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that about me. And then I'm sure people don't know that about her. But so we ended up talking on a deeper level.
Yeah.
But it started with me just saying, yo, I'm a fan of your work. Like I truly see that you put the work in. You did
Yeah.
it, like I don't have my Juilliard is on set when I get to go.
Yeah.
I didn't get that luxury. So I have to work 10 times as hard
Yeah.
to probably be average with some of the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm willing to do that. But yeah, Dominic Fishback, of course. Zendaya, you can I gotta put her in
you
there
really can't. Yeah, you can't knock Zendaya. Really, I gotta watch the Dune thing, but her performance in Euphoria, like she kills it. Like
every time.
yeah,
Every time. And I grew up watching her.
yeah,
Of
same.
course I grew up watching Kiki Palmer.
Yep.
I grew up watching her. Because I'm looking at people that look like me.
Mhm.
Now there are actors that I love and like a Jennifer Lopez. You have a Jodie Foster.
Mhm.
These are actors that I love. Don't get it twisted. But Angelina Jolie, like I love
Yep.
them. But when it came to me looking at people that look like me, like oh I could possibly do this, Taraji, Gabrielle Union. What? Sanaa Lathan, because I'm looking at, I can't, and I'm cool with like Kyla Pratt, we're cool now, but I
Yeah.
grew up looking at Kyla like I could have been the girl in Love and
Yeah.
Basketball,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
One on one. Yeah.
yeah, 101, like let's not do it. Like we have some very talented people that don't get where others get to get for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And But those are the ones that I looked at and was like, this looked like me,
Gotcha.
you know?
Yeah. Do you mentioned like awards, right? Like we have the Emmys, we have the Oscars, the Golden Globes. There's always the talk that we don't get the love and recognition that we deserve for our shows and for our movies. Do you
Absolutely.
feel like it's getting better, or do you feel like it's just stagnant at this point?
I feel like it's stagnant.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's getting better, but I do love that it's being talked about
Okay.
because even if I was actually just saying yesterday, we were talking about Ike and Tina, what's love got to do with it? And
Yeah.
I said, Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett should have won an award for that. That alone, that shows that we've gotten far, you know, because I feel like today they would have gotten there. I don't know, because
No,
Angela,
she just lost.
yeah,
And no knock to Jamie Lee Curtis, was a great actress, but like
right.
that should have been Angela's. Like, you know?
And
And
we're not, and then it sucks because people think we just saying it because we're black. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm not just saying it.
And
Angela,
I'm not biased. I'll be honest. If so,
yeah, I'm not biased at all when it
yeah.
comes to Angela
Yeah.
deserved it
Yeah.
and been killing it for years. But we ain't even talking about that. We
Yeah.
can talk about the Black Panther alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Angela killing it. Viola, like what do we talk? Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
Our people. It's. I don't think it's. I think it's better. Everything is better than it was decades. You know, decades ago. You know what I'm saying? 20, 30 years ago. However, I don't think it's. I do think it's still a problem that exists.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Yes, it's better, but it's still a problem that exists. And I appreciate. I've been blessed and I was lucky and spoiled and introduced in the industry because I came in with under Issa Rae and I was treated very well. And I know that, but to hear some of the stories about others, and I know it's sad. And I appreciate the Taraji and the Viola and I can't think of her name from in Living Single.
Erica
Alexander, right? Yeah. She's them speaking up. What I appreciate that. Like, because that's whether they get to see the change or not, I might get a piece of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Their voice. And if I don't, the younger ones, they will. It's gonna change at some point. So that's how I feel about it.
Do you feel like we should, because we have the NAACP awards, do you feel like we should put more merits in our own? Because it's I love the NAACP awards, right? I watch it and tune in as if it is the Oscars and etc. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of our top, like Black actors and actresses are there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I don't feel like we should talk about it more, just as opposed to the Oscars as much. But it is a murky mixed bag to a degree.
Yeah, and it's like we don't want to be what Jay-Z say, keep showing up.
Yeah.
Keep showing up. Because to me, we're I be having to be careful with things I say.
Yeah.
You see, I'm fighting for my life right now, Jay.
No, you get. I want you to speak your mind, but I also want you.
But I have to be careful. What I will say is, my mom, I asked her why did she move us to a predominantly white area. I was like, Mom, why we live out? When I started, I'm like, why can't we live in the city, Black people? And she said, these kids where we are, they have the best books and the best schooling.
Yeah.
And she said, and they have the best landscape where we live. They'll cut your grass.
Right.
And she was like, so whether they like me or not, because I'm a Black woman and I have Black kids, she said they gotta cut my grass because my grass next to their grass. Yep. She was like, they gotta teach you because you in the classroom with them. Yep. So that's why I never been the type to be like, let's just go do our own. So yes, I'm here for the NAACP awards. You feel me? I'm here for the BET awards, but I'm also here for the Oscars, the Emmys, and everything else. Because we're in the same. I'm in the same industry you and I'm standing next to you, so you got to see me. You could say I don't care if Angela never got an award. we know who our queen is.
Oh, there you go.
We know who won, you know?
Yeah.
So you ain't gotta pick her and give her this trophy,
Because we gonna
but
give it to her.
we gonna give it to her.
Yeah, her
And you got
flowers and all.
look, and you could see her. We see
Yep.
her next to y'all. So I don't think it should be. I think all of it should be done classy
Yep.
and the same way. But I don't want us, like JD said, I want us to keep showing up.
Yeah.
Showing
No,
up.
absolutely. And I think it's great that to what you're saying, we give her flowers, because even at the Oscars, was it last year's or 2 years ago Oscars where she did lose to Jamie? I think Michael and Jonathan came out and just a very small, they were like, we see you, like we
Yes.
got you. Like, and I think
Even
that's what's important.
um and see, the times are changing, the
Yeah.
times are changing, and either you're gonna get with it or you're not. It's really that simple, because it's a certain generation that's like, we care about talent.
Mhm.
We don't care about following, we don't care about color, we care about talent. That's just what it is. Much love and respect to Billie Eilish for winning that award, and the whole time she up there, she talking about Dominic Fishback.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Billie did great, but Dominic killed
Yeah.
Swarm.
Mhm.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So you can't even accept no, all of my analogies are basketball. If I'm playing in a game and I got 5 points and they give me the trophy, the MVP, thanks. But such and such ball today. You get what I'm saying?
30, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, like, let's not play that because you like me. You
Yeah.
could like me as a person all you want, and I could have did great. But if I could have did good, but if somebody did great and you don't give it to them and you give it to me, it's my duty to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
And so I respect Billie Eilish because she didn't have to. She could have been like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom, God, love everybody,
Yeah.
gotta go. But instead she took a moment and said, thanks. But Dominic Fishback, thank you. Because you helped me, you carried it, So I think as long as we have those moments, those Billie Eilish, those Jonathan and Michael B. who's coming up, those Jay-Z's who's speaking up, and
Even
say what you want, as long as we got the Kanye saying what he's saying,
Yep. Yeah.
it's like whatever. As long as we have that, then we're winning. We have we are getting the trophies. Angela had that Oscar, and she had all them awards from us a long time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to talk about rap shit. And before we fully dive in, I'm not saying this because we're talking, but in regards to kind of, like being nominated and etc., your performance in season 2 should have been nominated. I truly think you had one of the best performances in recent TV seasons and etc. Really, yeah, feel like it needs love, and I feel like you were getting love on social media. I hope you felt it and saw it, and you deserved all that. But definitely, yeah, I just want to throw that out there. But absolutely, with rap shit, I saw that you had the audition. It didn't go well. And correct me if I'm wrong. It didn't go well. And then you slid into the casting director or the producer's DM. Correct?
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about that? Because I feel like that's something that a lot of people would be scared to do after being rejected.
Oh, I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't recommend
yeah.
it. It worked in my favor, but I don't. I would never do it again. Thank God. I mean, it was. I did the audition. It didn't go well. I didn't slide in their DM like, "Hey, give me a shot.
Okay.
Let me try again." I did not say that. I was just feeling myself one day, and a month had went by, and I knew I didn't get a call, and I never get calls. Like, it's not like I'm a person that's just out here booking stuff.
Right.
I remember I auditioned for something, and the girl name was Blue. My name is Blue. The girl that was the description to the point whoever wrote it, I think they knew me.
Yeah, modeled it after you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I auditioned and I didn't get it. I said, how in the hell I don't get me? Like, who about to play me better than me?
That's so like when they're like, we're looking for this type, and it's like, why don't you just cast that specific actress then? Yeah.
Like, it's me, but I didn't get it, and I was so mad. It was a BET movie, a show or something. And then I was just like, whatever. Then the Issa thing came along. And then when I did that one, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't get this, but I do know my tape was horrible.
Okay.
And I advise people to go back and look at your work. Because when I went back to look at the tape, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. In hindsight, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
But when I went into the DM, what I said was, I at least think I should have got a call back. Like, I said something like that. And I was like, I was just having a good time. I was having fun in a DM. I wasn't saying pick me. I was saying whoever get it, they better be better than me. That's all I know. And da 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 da. And and I think what I did in that video was display more of the character than I did in my tape.
Okay.
Like the silly, just me being me. And I was so nervous. You be nervous doing these tapes. You want to get picked,
Yeah.
So I wasn't the character.
Yeah.
I was just reading lines and okay, I think they want this and I think they want this. But for what I've learned in acting is it's not about what they want. Give them your choices and see if they'll choose them.
Okay.
Give them your choices. So when I went to DM, I was just like, y'all should have picked me. I said, I didn't think I was gonna get it nowhere. I ain't used to winning. I never won it. Bingo. And I'm just talking shit. You hear me? Whoop, wop. And then I sent Issa one too. And then they ended up sending me, the casting director hit my team the next day and was like, they wanted me to do another tape. But this time they gave me notes.
Okay. Yeah.
Won't always get notes. So I advise those that are acting and getting self-tapes, before you send your tape in, try to do it in enough time to where you can look at it, give yourself notes, send it to a friend, get some notes. Because you won't, what I got, I won't, that was God, you don't get notes. So sometimes you do if they see the potential, but whatever tape I sent, they must have seen no potential. They ain't see nothing.
Yeah, it was like no.
They was like next, and I'm like, oh, gotcha. So it was God. That's all I can say. It was God.
I'm curious how your day was the day you guys filmed the final episode of season 2 and the scene that was trending where they me and Shauna are letting you know that they're letting you go and you give this incredible performance. Can you walk me through kind of like you showing up to set, like where your mind was? Were you like nervous about doing the scene? How was your preparation for it?
I was supposed to shoot the scene a week prior.
Okay.
The week before. And Chameleon had got sick and I had been pasting back in my trailer with my acting coach, and she just kept saying, you got it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, I'm ready. I need to do it while I'm ready.
Yeah.
And literally ready on set. Long story short, they said that scene was canceled. She got sick, so we ended up shooting another scene. She left or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, like I needed to get that out. Like now I'm finna have now I gotta wait another week. That means I'm not doing nothing for another week, because I'm the type, I sit in the house until I shoot the monologues or shoot whatever I'm nervous about. Like the Coke scene was a nervous scene for me. The first one I had to be on, because I've never done Coke and I've never seen how people act, Yeah. So that was crazy. But anyways, back to the monologue. So when the day came, I'm nervous, I'm pacing, but I'm prepared. So it's not like I'm nervous, I'm pacing, and I don't know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen.
You're ready.
I don't know how it's going to read to others. So I needed to just stay in my head. And my castmates will tell you that I cried every time I did it, every take we did. And they asked me one time, Ida and Camille, they was just like, how are you doing that? And I was like, doing what? And they was like, how are you like crying every time? And I was like, I'm in the scene like a minute, but they were saying cut, and I talked to everybody, but I wasn't playing like I normally do. I was being myself. Oh, let me get some chips, and then they'll say action, and I was just like laser.
Yeah.
So I did work with my acting coach Kelly Ty. We worked on it, and she was emotional as I was doing it, and it was difficult, because I wanted to reach these points and I can't see me to see if I'm doing it. Right. So once I've seen it on screen and seen how it read, I was like, I hate the part where I said, to me, I don't know why I went up so high.
I think that's what made it, because that's what that felt. That's where you feel it. That's where it's like, oh yeah, she's like, it feels like you could feel that you're trying to hold back on going off or crying or like, like it's like I'm trying to keep this composure in this moment,
You ever just hear yourself talking, you're like,
Oh, all the time. I never watch back I'll loosely watch, like any interview again, but I
may be like, shut up. I'll be telling
I'd be like, bro, like, what are you at?
Like, oh, look you talking. No, but so that, I look at it and it was just like, it was, when I look at it, I feel it each time. And I'm like, oh wow, like that was me, like Ooh, we did that.
Yeah.
People ask me, well, it's been asked, how did I cry? They like, because the thing is, what do you think about? Did you think about something sad? You know, my brother passed away in 2021, 3 days
Yeah.
before we filmed the first season. And so a lot of people like, did you think about your brother? And I'm like, no, he had the cutest smile. When I think about him, I smile first,
Yeah.
you know,
Happiness. Yeah.
be happy, you know, and you know, honestly, I think this hell, so I think he's fine. He's great wherever he, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I didn't. That don't make me like. They don't give me that level of tears, and it does. And that the tears from thinking about something sad, it take too long to come, and you have seconds to get here. So I can't think about my lines, think about my choices, and then think about something sad to take. That's not how I operate.
That's not
But
your method of acting. Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of people do, and kudos to you. Can't do it.
Right.
Thank God I'm a Pisces,
Yeah.
and I'm sensitive, and I'm an empath, because
Yeah.
what I think about is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And think about this fictional character with a real story.
Mhm.
To me, this is sad. She feels betrayed. This
You can think
character.
of the circumstances that are actually supposed to be happening. Yeah.
Yes, Jonica, have you ever felt betrayed?
Yeah.
You know, or think about how this feel. Like they doing this to you. So when I'm saying you're gonna do this to me, I'm also thinking about my life of somebody doing like you, because people betrayed me, you know. And I'm thinking of like I'm talking to that person, like you did this to me. So I was able to feel that each time. I can do that scene right now with you, and I'm sure I'll cry.
Yeah.
Because that's what I trained myself when I was reading the lines and learning the lines. I'm like, learn the lines, feel the lines, act the lines, and then writing down what emotion am I feeling on each one of these lines.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's how I had to do it. So once I started telling myself these are my emotions, then I was reading it, feeling it. It took a lot of preparation for that. So while I'm on set doing something else, I knew that was a big scene to me. Like for me, I didn't know it was gonna read the way it did, but for me, I was like, I really want to do good on this scene.
Yeah.
So while I'm doing other stuff on set, on my downtime, I was reading them lines. And people were thinking, it's not that I didn't know the lines at this point. I've been reading these lines about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't know the lines. I needed to feel what I'm saying, and I can only do that if I keep reading it and keep, you know, correlating it to my life and my experiences, and now understand what Chastity is going through. This is hurtful. When you hurt, how do you feel? It be uncomfortable. That's what acting is about.
Yeah.
Be uncomfortable,
Yeah.
bare, just be naked. And I had to be naked, and it's very hard to do when you got people around, cameras. Once you're done feeling this emotion, all you're hearing is cut. And it's like, cut. Damn it, I was gonna get active, you know?
Like, well, yeah. And the cut could have came from something that had nothing, you know, like somebody, first AD could have not hit the focus correctly, and now you got to, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah. You're making me way more of a fan of you, just, you know, hearing your process and how you prepare. That's really incredible.
I appreciate that.
I just saw Snoop Dogg's new film, The Underdogs. Your little brother, unless Wikipedia's lying, your little brother is in the film, correct?
Yes, he is the lead kid.
Yes, he did it. He did a great job because it felt authentic. I don't know if that's if he's really like that in real life in any way, but it felt And so yeah. Did you help him with any of the scenes, the audition process or anything?
What did I? We stood right here and did his whole audition tape. It took
That's dope. Yeah.
8 hours because he's not
Yeah.
an actor. He's never had training or coaching. He
Yeah.
only had me.
Gotcha.
Somebody I'm still a student.
Yeah.
You know? But I just asked my manager at the time, love to Cheryl Martin. That was my manager. I'm going on and I'm with Color Creative now, Talitha and Raj.
Yeah.
But Jonigan is still with Cheryl.
Okay.
And I believe she's great for him. But I asked her, like, hey, my little brother is amazing. Could you rep him? You know, she did an interview with him. She loved him.
Yeah.
And he in St. Louis, you know? We don't have it's hard to do that there. But he just always told me, he was like, I want to do what you're doing. I like what you know, I play basketball. He hoop. And then he like, I want, you know, I want to do comedy. I'm
cool big sister.
Yeah, it's like he do everything. Instead of me saying, have a good time, I'm like, well, come on, if this is what you want to do, but you got to be serious, you know?
Working.
Yeah. And he loved acting. he's very good at it. He's a natural.
Yeah,
He's a
was.
natural. Like it's like going to a park and seeing somebody that's cold at hooping, and you like, oh, I got to get you training. Like you got it.
Yeah.
We need to clean. Let's shine you up a little bit.
All talent for sure, but let's sculpt it and mold it a little bit.
Let's mold you a little bit. And when I met, I seen Snoop. Jonica had already booked the role.
Yeah.
I seen Snoop at Sanaa Lathan did a movie about battle rapping, and I went to the premiere for that.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and I ran into Snoop, and I was like, well, Brandy from P Valley, I knew her at the time. She said, oh, her little brother is in your movie. And Snoop looked at me. He said, yo, that little nigga different.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. No, he is.
He said we had him up against a kid that's like Juilliard, that's trained. This is what that kid is. What is it called? Theater kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said it was between them two, and I said it gotta be your brother because he cussed too good. He cussed too good.
It felt like how kids. That was me for the most part as a kid. That's how kids really. That's how kids.
Your bad self. You like that's me cussing like that.
Like, yeah. Don't let the glasses fool you. I was like, yeah, woo, yeah.
But he didn't want to do it in front of me, and I'm like, you could cuss. We got to now. It was so funny during his monologue, the monologue that he did in the locker room. That was a part of his audition tape.
Okay.
And it was when he was doing it here in my place. It was horrible. And I said, John, again, I can't help you because there's no lines from anybody else. This is just you. So I need you to feel it. He would do it. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. And then I was like, you want to play some music? And because he loved NBA Youngboy. And he was like, yeah. So I played this song and he hopped around here. He danced, he jumped. I let him rap it because I needed him to get that. Yeah. And then I said, and he looked at me, he said, I'm ready. Turned it off. He killed it.
There we go. Yeah.
So then we put the tape in. But a story about him is on that scene. Are you familiar with the locker room scene? His little
where he stands up and it gives them we need to go out there and win. This is before they do they come out rapping the song, right?
Yeah, right before that, right? John, again, he only did it I want to say about 3, maybe 4 takes.
Oh, wow, okay.
If that. And the first time he did it, they didn't, the first time he did it, he cried.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Like me. So the first time he did it, he cried. And Charles Stone was like, Jesus, I wish we was recording that. He was like, I need you to, he's like, save that kid, but he didn't do it again after that. But me and my brother that was there, so when you asked me, did I coach him? I actually went to Atlanta and I was supposed to only be there for 2 weeks. And then my brother came to visit. He's 33.
Okay.
He came to visit because he just was like, oh, my little brother in the movie. I want to be around, it was on that. So he pulled up. And my dad was supposed to be the one there. My dad had to leave. So my brother ended up staying. My brother was only supposed to come for a week. He ended up staying for the whole 2.5, 3 months. Oh, and then I was supposed to go for 2 weeks. I ended up staying for the whole 2.5, 3 months.
Y'all some good siblings. No, that's amazing.
Our life just so here it is. Neither one of us have kids, and we just we raising him. Mm-hmm. We don't know. I'm the mother of it. So. It's like he'd be with him all day. So we had a whole little routine. We had some structure set up because I didn't want to be on set all day.
Yeah.
I still had supporters. I don't like to call them fans. I just had people take a picture, So I just didn't want to be there all day. So the thing was, Jeremy was taking Jonica to set. Jonica to come home. I'll make sure he eat, wash up, study, and I'm the one over his lines with him the next night. And I'm telling Jeremy, make sure he hit this part on the line, make sure he hit this part. And then they'll go. Jeremy will be sending me videos, and I'm like, tell him to do this, Yeah. So we had
virtually still coaching him, yeah.
Yeah, but the day that he had to do that monologue, I went to set because I knew it was big, and Jonica was complaining about his stomach hurting. So I'm like, yeah. So I thought he kept saying it hurt. He kept saying it. Yeah. And then he's there, and he's just not. I told them, I said, he's not going to do school today. We know that he have a monologue. I'm going to bring him. He didn't feel good at all. I said, I'm going to bring him to do the monologue, but then we're going to leave. So he looked so sick during his monologue after the 3rd take. I was like, Charles, we got to pull him. I got to take him. So they sent the doctor to the trailer, and he was killing this monologue. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put an emphasis on the fact that he was stepping up on that bench, and he'd turn around and do it. He did it over and over. And I'm looking at him, but he looked like he's in pain. So they sent a doctor to the trailer. The doctor touched him, pressed on him, and was like, take him to get we need to get an ultrasound or whatever it is to see his stomach the next day. He ended up having a what is it? What's it called? I can't
want to
think.
say ulcer, but I don't know if that's
No, the other one, appendicitis.
Oh, okay.
He ended up having. He had
And he was doing the monologue with the.
Yes. So
wow.
stepping up on a thing, he was doing it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why I kept saying, to know that he was in that much. The lady was like, we rushed, so we ended up taking him there. They gave me the tape. The doctor ran out and was like, you got to take him to the emergency room like now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And now it's getting worse. He got a fever. He just not feeling good, right? And he did this monologue in this much pain. I was like, that is so admirable. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah.
You're such a professional at such a young age, because you didn't say, I can't do it. I know adults that be like, I'm sick. I can't work. I can't do it. I'm tired. And this kid did this scene in that pain, and no one and shut production down after that. That we had to stop production because he had a lot of scenes, and we ended up waiting until the top of the year, and they end up coming to Long Beach. But he was he had to go to the hospital, emergency surgery. They told me that an appendicitis was this size. You know, just imagine, this is my little brother. This is not my son. I don't have kids. It's not my brother's son. So we're here. And they like, we got to have his mom approve it over FaceTime.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing. And he's scared. He's looking, I could just see tears start rolling because he's not no crying kid.
How old was he at the time?
He had just turned 12.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He just turned 12. And he's not a crying kid. He turned 12 on set. Snoop threw him a party. I said, you had the best birthday party.
Okay, yeah. Snoop's throwing you a party on set.
Yeah, gave him a death row chain. Tika was at his F. Everybody, the cast all pulled up to us. That was nice.
That's all
right. It was on set. But to know that he did that scene now, so when I watch it, it's so different. It's like nobody even knows that the day after this, you was in the emergency. You were in the hospital getting surgery.
Yeah.
You know, and it was emergent. They was looking like, no, we got to get it out now. It was supposed to be like a 30, 45-minute process. It ended up being an hour and a half. Wow. Yeah, so I was like, she said it was the size of a pinky. She told him, she was like, hey, bud, it's not going to take long. It's only about this size. We're just going to take it out of you and you'll be out of pain. And he like, okay. But he just being a soldier, because he like, I don't have a choice. And I said, Johnny, I'm right here. Like, you good. Baby, that surgery went over. She came out, and because we, at this point, me and my brother, like, somebody to tell us
past
something.
30 minutes, yeah.
Like,
what's up?
We counted. Like, you know, it's gonna be some furniture moving around this house.
Like,
yeah. But they ended up coming in, and she said it was the size of a golf ball. And I'm like, those are two different shapes.
Pinky and go, that's like,
You went from a pinky to a golf ball. So so that means it was that swollen, and they didn't want it to burst.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, wow.
And he did that. You got the mama mentality already. Like, at 12. That's crazy.
But we got to pull him.
Yeah. It's great that y'all were there, because that's going to be memories that he for sure is going to cherish and remember, as well as y'all, I'm sure. So yeah, that's really incredible. Shout out to him. I'm sure his career is going to take off, and he's going to do amazing things as well. So
I know he will. He's such a special kid. He's special.
Not shout out him for sure. Before I let you go, I've been enjoying chatting with you for sure. We're gonna do the Geeky Misfit quiz. It's just a bunch of nerdy questions for the most part. So I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. If you get 2 out of 3 correct, you will be dubbed a Geeky Misfit. Do you get any award? No, but you will be considered a real one if you get all these correct. Okay.
Okay, I want to consideration. So yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right. Can you name 5 Black superheroes?
Oh, that's crazy. No, because I can only think of the one, and I can't even think of his name. He wear the hood and they shoot him.
Spawn. No, you're taking Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Okay, you got one. There you go.
One, and then
I said one right now. I don't know if you heard it, but
there's one. You said Swan.
Spawn, I'll give it to you. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
I thought
he was like Spawn. I was like, nah, that's one.
That's 2. The one, is he considered a superhero from Black Panther?
You mean Black Panther himself?
Black Panther.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a superhero.
There you go. Yeah.
And then, who did Michael B. Jordan play?
You could count that. Okay.
I feel like he was a superhero too.
Killmonger. I'll give it to you because I feel like he was too, because I was a great.
Killmonger was a superhero.
Okay. You just need one more. You got it.
would Halle Berry be considered a superhero in Catwoman?
Yes, that's hilarious because that's related to the next question. But yeah, so you got 5. Boom. You got
Yes.
1, people. She got 1. 1 out of 3. Okay. You mentioned Halle Berry, right?
Yes.
Which role did she play first? Storm from X-Men or Catwoman?
Ooh. I feel like she did. She did Storm.
She did, correct. Yeah,
Storm,
Storm.
right? I feel like she did Storm.
Yeah, Storm was in 2000, 2001. Catwoman was like 04, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on a roll. I already got
You
my.
are too.
I
See, look, all you
Look.
need is one more and you're good. Okay.
Okay.
Um, which universe does this hero belong to, whether Marvel or DC? Okay.
Okay.
Captain America.
Huh. If I don't get this right, my stepdad is gonna be pissed because he is a Marvel and a DC fanatic. Captain America.
You can also ask for a hint if you need any kind of.
I need a hint. Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
I can tell you the actor that played him is Chris Evans, if that helps.
Chris Evans. No, it doesn't. Okay,
Yeah.
so Captain America. I'm like, I don't know what you're
You're like, whoever that is, yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the Avengers. Was Captain America with
He
them?
was in the Avengers, yes. I feel like you know the answer. You just overthinking because you're not sure, but I think
I'm not sure, and I'm gonna say Marvel.
you are correct. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, she is dubbed the Geeky Misfit. There we go.
I got it.
There you go.
Oh.
Was Marvel your first thought, or were you like going back?
No, DC was my first thought, and I
okay.
don't know why.
Yeah.
DC, but when you said the Avengers, I had to think about them, and that's when I said, okay, I think that I'm strong that they were the Marvel.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so that's what got me. Yeah, I don't even know what was DC. Who's the
DC? Catwoman is technically DC. DC has like Batman, Superman,
Batman, and that's what I was wondering. I was like, where's Batman? I think they over there with DC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got it. See, you did. Yeah, you
got my head. I'm ready to start the day now.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. But it was truly a pleasure talking to you. I've already was a fan of your work. I'm even more of a fan now after chatting with you, learning your process and getting your vibe, personality. So truly thank you for speaking to me.
Of course, I appreciate you. Thank you. And we could do this again one time.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, whenever you have a project coming up, if you want to promote it, let us know. So yeah.
Definitely. You have a good day, love.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.